Make the way. Is it so?
5-6 minutes. Are you going to see him? Vayizkor Elokim es Noach v'kol ha'chayim v'kol behema asherit b'teva. When the flood began and the entire universe, the entire earth was flooded for several months, and so the bunny from he finally Vayizkor he reminded himself about Noach who was the only survivor from mankind was Noach and his sons and the wives. So he remembered them and their merit. He stopped the flood so that they could continue living a normal civilized life, not confined to which was a world by itself. The table, the ark was a world by itself. In addition, not only because of Noach, but for Achaya, and for Behema, all the animals that were together with Noach. How do the animals come into the picture? What merit do the animals have? The Chaim brings what an environment means. That an animal that lives out on a farm somewhere where they're milking cows, or a farm where there's beef cattle, or an animal that is part of in the land and the property of a righteous and Talmud Chacham and Torah scholar. There's a difference. It's a different animal. It has an influence. The atmosphere has an influence even on the animal itself. We all know the story about Pinchas ben Yoyer, the great Satan of ben Yoyer, that he was traveling, and his donkey, for the night, pulled into an inn, and the donkey was driving all day long. So they brought out to the donkey, food to feed the donkey. The donkey didn't eat. They couldn't understand it. The donkey was hungry, he hadn't eaten all day long. So they went over to the master of Pinchas ben Yoyer. They asked him, "What's the matter? Your donkey's not well or something, not eating?" So he said, "There maybe there's something wrong with the barley he eats, the wheat, the oat that you're giving him. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, it's fresh, it is." He said, No. There's something halachically wrong with it. He said, "Where did it come from?" They found out that it was in Eretz Yisrael, and there was no meiser, but the meiser was not tithe. So a human being is not permitted to eat. It was the mai. A human being is not allowed to eat in Israel during the time when Beis Hamikdash, the Holy Temple, existed. Not allowed to eat something that's not tithe. So it even carried over to the animal. Had effect, but the animal also would eat something that. More told so the Gracie used to rent out his horse. He rent out for 10 coins a day. So what he would do is, at the end of the day, the one that he rented it to would put in the 10 coins into the saddle, and then the animal would come back to a Gracie, take out his 10 coins like that. If there was less than 10 coins, or if there were more than 10 coins, the animal wouldn't move. One time, the renter who rented it put in the 10 coins and the animal didn't move. They knew by reputation it has to be exactly 10. So the renter took out from the saddle the coins, and he shifted out the rocks or stones, and he counted from the animal 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. The animal didn't move. He thought maybe he didn't put it visibly enough in front of the animal's eyes. So he took it out again, and he counted it again. He still didn't move. He couldn't figure out what's wrong. Then he put his hand in again, and he saw that his sandals, one of the adventures, his sandal had come off and was lodged in the saddle, so he wouldn't, because of that, he wouldn't move. He wouldn't take with, the animal was so trained, the atmosphere of being in the environment of Rashi, he couldn't take something with him that didn't belong to his owner. More also told by Khalid Ben Doishe that somebody stole one of his animals, and they tried to feed it, the animal wouldn't eat. So they had no alternative but to eat. What's the point of seeing an animal that's going to die, it doesn't eat? It's on sick or something. He sent it back. And he discovered that they were trying to feed the animal from foreign lands, stolen things. So we see that even the environment has an effect on an animal. That's why the bunny son in the merit of those animals that were in the environment of Noach, in that merit also he's sacred. There's also a very beautiful message. Message tells that by David Melech that he was, before he became David Melech as a lad, he was a shepherd. So his father used to take care of his father's sheep and animals. So he used to observe that when there were all sorts of animals, there were young ones, and then there were those that were very young, and those that were nice and hardy, strong. Then those that are feeble and old. So those that were strong, sturdy, they used to eat up all the good grass and the hard grass and everything. All the good grass. You leave over some of the hard stuff that's hard to chew. And these poor young sheep were starving. They couldn't, because they were bullies. They used to push them aside, the big tough sheep, and they would eat. They would eat up all the good stuff first. The other ones didn't have what to eat. So he used to observe this. So he observed it. He decided, oh, he can't let something like that happen. He had mercy on the young sheep, on those that couldn't fend for themselves. So he built 3 pens. He built one pen where he kept the tender young ones, one pen where he kept the feeble and old, and one pen where he kept the sturdy ones, the hardy ones. So first he would let out the very, very young ones, so they were able to eat the soft grass. He got the soft fruit, and he went back, went out with it. Then he left out the feeble and the elderly. The feeble and elderly, they were able to eat already, so that's a little bit harder. Then he loved the 10, those roughnecks, that they could eat anything. So the Almighty looked down upon this. He said, if he can take care of his father's sheep with such care and such intelligence, he's the one that's going to take care of my sheep. And then he made them the king. Finally, in Lublin, the Chayze, Lublin, there was Yom Kippur night, and he was getting ready. The time was there for the Seikol Nidre. So they're waiting. The Chayze said, no, we can't Seikol Nidre yet, because the David is not here yet. He said, who's David? Who's that? The David lover, the very pious individual. He's not here yet, he can't do that. So he went, it's getting late, starting to get dark. So he sent a searching party to find him. Where did they find him? They found him with his big hat, the David lover, with oats in the hat, and he's feeding a horse, feeding an animal. It seems the owner of the horse was so busy getting ready for Yom Kippur that the animal had worked all day, so he failed to feed the animal. So he had Rahman, he had Rahman on the animal. He took the time from his hat, the David lover, and had to feed the animal. Kanani ben Akai Shoemer, let's have a אז אנחנו יכולים יד ותוירה ביד.